Hello, and welcome to our Good Friday prayer time. Before we get started, I'd like to invite you to gather a couple of items which you'll want later in this meditation. A bowl of water, something to write with, and a piece of paper. So if you'd like to pause your screen for just a moment while you gather those items, and then come back. So as we enter into this time and space, this most sacred time and space, as we sit with our own selves, with our own beingness, find yourself comfortable. Find yourself in a still and quiet space. Let your body rest. Let your body relax into this moment. As you embrace the awareness of the presence of Spirit that is always, always present. And we know, affirm, and acknowledge that sacred presence in this time. And as you sit calmly, begin to consider the idea of crossing out that which no longer serves, that which you no longer need, that which is no longer for you. Consider the idea of release, surrender, submission, perhaps simply giving over that which is not yours to do or to be any longer. In our Lenten Unity booklet, Release and Renew, there are many examples in there of releasing. Ideas such as releasing loneliness, releasing anger, releasing complaints, releasing negativity. And when we release, we replace. So as you consider releasing negativity, what can you replace it with? What can loneliness be replaced with? So consider the idea in a short period of silence here. What behaviors, thoughts, opinions, responses, what items, what relationships can you consider, can you be willing to consider releasing? What do you need to cross off in this Lenten time? And as you've had a few moments to think about it, write these ideas down on the paper you've brought with you. And when you're done, you can do it later, you can do it now, whatever works for you. Place it in the bowl of water that you have. Let it soak, let it sit there. Eventually, it'll be completely saturated, and you can simply wad it up, shred it, and throw it away. The idea is a physical experience of what it is you are choosing to release, what you are willing to cross out, to cross off in this Good Friday service. So let's just take a moment as you consider what it is you're wanting to release, and you go through the process of putting your paper into a bowl and watching it dissolve. In our Lenten booklet, Mark Anthony Lloyd writes a story that I'd like to share with you. Let's say you have a garden and you have cleared away all the old weeds and overgrowth. The soil has been tilled, and you have planted new seeds that will produce a beautiful garden, overflowing with good. You water this garden and you take loving care of it. You see the new plants breaking ground and reaching for the sun. About 1 month later, you see some weeds starting to crop up here and there. You realize that it's just leftover baby weeds rising from the soil. No harm, no foul. You simply weed again, clearing the weeds away for even greater plant growth. When it comes to crossing out something that no longer serves us, we tend to panic when a second crop idea or experience happens. We say, "Oh my gosh, I thought I was done with this. I thought I was over this. I thought this was past." Today, you are conscious of the patterns and you can choose. Even if it looks, smells, and feels just like the old story, call it a second crop. Call that old game complete and declare your good right in the face of that old story. Declare your good with power and convictions. Dare to refuse to settle. Refuse to give any substance to the lesser thoughts, and refuse to see yourself as a victim. Say no to believing yourself anything but the full glory of God and the fulfillment of the new you. So as we've planted that beautiful garden, we've weeded out what we don't need, fully realizing those weeds might return, but this time we see them and we know them, and we weed them out as well. We weed out those thoughts and behaviors, those ideas and those items, those relationships, the things that simply don't do us any good any longer. And tonight we've placed those into our bowl of water. And you can do this exercise over and over again. Just soak them, wad them up, and throw them away. So let us close this time together with the affirmation, I am only here for my good. I am supported by a loving universe that is only here for my good. Thank you for this time together. Namaste. Amen.